Mzia has been in prison for 275 days now, but prior to her imprisonment, she and all of us, we witnessed something unprecedented happening in Georgia. I'm talking about violence against journalists that took place in November, December last year. These are the journalists who were covering pro-European rallies, and they were brutally attacked, physically attacked, beaten, arrested by the riot police. And we saw some very disturbing, shocking images of journalists being brutally beaten on live on the air. Well, these was the times when many journalists decided to get rid of the press signs, not to wear anything that would identify them as journalists, because the press signs, the vests where they had the signs on, did not protect them at all. It rather made them a target because they were chased as journalists. They were chased as they were filming, taking pictures and showing the pictures of ongoing events to the public. The question is, who was punished for that violence? And the answer is no one. Not a single perpetrator has been either prosecuted or even interrogated. Mzia Amağlobelze was arrested on January 15th, and she had to follow the further developments vis-à-vis Georgian media and civil society from the prison. And she witnessed another type of attack against media as she was behind the bars. But this was not coming from the police officers. This was coming from lawmakers. The Georgian Dream Parliament adopted a set of draconian laws against media and civil society. And today, Georgian media is negatively affected by at least 4 different pieces of legislation that make their work almost impossible. These laws affect both online media and broadcast media, and it has a terrible chilling effect on independent reporting. It cuts basically all donor funding, which online media heavily relies on, and it removes all the protective safeguards for the freedom of speech in this country. So this is the situation that Georgian media is operating or trying to operate right now. How it affects the media outlets that were founded by Mzia, Batumelebbi and Netgazeti very badly. They still try to operate, but they may not be able to do so anytime soon. And it's amazing that they are still reporting. They are still telling the stories of revealing the stories of corruption, of state capture, politicized justice. Like many other colleagues of theirs, Netgazeti is there in the courts, which are now closed, and the reporting is banned in the courthouse. They are telling us the stories. They are the source of solidarity, which is so widespread in our society these days, as they are nourishing our sense of solidarity with the stories that they tell about students, about university professors, about Western diplomats who are labeled by the Georgian Dream officials as agents, traitors, etc., etc. And these media outlets who are in this very difficult situation, I want you to know that they are probably one of the best shields against anti-Western propaganda, because the stories that they tell serves the truth. And this truth is a very strong weapon against the rampant propaganda which has prevailed in our country. We all, I think it would be very sincere if I say that we all appreciate all the awards and recognition that Mzia has received internationally. And we had one coming from Prague a couple of days ago. It's important not only for the journalistic community, but it's important for all Georgians who see Mzia's recognition as a reward for their tireless efforts to continue on the European path, the path that Georgian people have chosen a long time ago. But this road is not easy, and we will not be able to survive alone on this road. We are grateful for all the response, all the statements, resolutions, and reports that reflect the situation in Georgia adequately. But the response is still slow. We need bold decisions. We need efficient, maybe even unconventional mechanisms to help Georgian people to make a U-turn and get back on the European path. This is not only about financial support that could be rendered to Georgian media outlets or civil society organizations. This is also about legal mechanisms, so that if local efforts fail, there are international efforts, there are collaborations that have leverage over the policies led by the Georgian Dream Party. And finally, Mzia doesn't have a Western education. She was born in a remote region of Georgia. But believe me, her understanding of democracy, freedom of speech, equality is so much better than of those politicians who have earned their academic degrees in European capitals or made their careers in the international organizations. Because she is the one who is genuinely European. She is the one who carries those values, like many, many other Georgians who are right out in the streets these days. And before I finish, I want to mention the new set of amendments that the Georgian Dream is adopting right now as we speak. They're working on it. Amendments to the Administrative Code of Georgia and amendments to the Criminal Code of Georgia, basically killing the right of freedom of assembly and freedom of speech in my country. This is targeting not only specifically this set of amendments is targeting not only political organizations or unions or whatsoever. They are targeting individuals who may face imprisonment challenges if they go out and protest against whatever, anything, basically. I was thinking before I came here, what would Mzia tell this audience if she were here? And I think, or this is at least how I see it, considering her, famous phrase about keeping the fight. I guess she would tell you that Georgia keeps fighting. Help us fight until it's too late. Thank you.